Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody. Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I am here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
So last week I started the podcast a little bit differently. I said, hey, beautiful ghouls, and that reminded me of a family story that I wanted to tell because we used to have an Uncle Wayne through marriage. He's no longer married into the family, but...
have you seen his Facebook picture?
No, I didn't even know. No, I didn't even know he had a Facebook.
Yeah.
Is it bad? Oh, God.
Anyway.
Okay, I'm going to have to look at that. Anyway. So ever since I can remember, he has always said, hey, Brandy.
Yeah, I remember.
And I mean, I would laugh and giggle, and it was fun, and he did that forever. Well, when I was probably like 12 years old, I answered the phone at the house, and I hear, hey, Brandy. I immediately lose my shit. Hang up the phone, freak the fuck out. But it was just Uncle Wayne. And he called back and apologized. And our mom laughed and laughed.
Why was he calling our mom?
Like I said, I was like 12 years old. I have no idea. I thought that people want to hear family stories, so that was and it reminded me when I was editing the podcast last week. I was like, that sounded like Uncle Wayne.
Should I tell the one where he accidentally came in when I was using the bathroom?
Sure.
That was about it.
Oh.
And I screamed and yelled at him to close the door.
Family. Okay. Well, I have a couple of different things to start the podcast, unless you had something else to talk about. Okay. So I have a few facts first. In 1923, Frank Hayes became the first jockey ever to win a horse race despite being dead.
What?
He died from a heart attack mid-race. Somehow his body stayed strapped onto the horse, and he crossed the finish line in first place, beating the 20-1 odds.
Oh my gosh. This horse was like, get it out! Poor horse.
Oh my fucking God. It's like, it's on my neck! It's on my neck! No wonder he won! Poor thing! Oh my God! I had something dead on my back. I did the same thing!
Talk about getting him an incentive.
Oh my God! That is funny. Okay. Every year, on its anniversary, the Mars rover sings happy birthday to itself,
Aww.
whistling into the void.
I thought my birthday was sad.
Aww. It's sad and kind of creepy. In China, motorists who hit but don't kill pedestrians have to pay for their medical costs. However, killing a pedestrian results in just a one-off fine.
Oh.
This has led to some drivers actively attempting to go back and kill people they have just struck.
That doesn't seem to be working out well.
Yeah, China assholes. What is that?
Look, if you're gonna do it, just do it all the way, okay? Don't half-ass
Go big or go home, I guess.
Don't half-ass it.
Oh my
too
God.
many people here as it is.
Okay, the sun may have already exploded. We wouldn't know for about 8 minutes.
Oh, well.
Oh my
nice.
God. That is scary.
Yeah.
Okay. A pineapple can eat you.
Excuse me?
It contains protein that degrade meat.
Ew.
That's all it says, so I'm not sure about that. Okay, this one's creepy. Dogs enjoy squeaky toys because it triggers an ancestral instinct that reminds them of whimpering prey.
I'm not buying Leia anymore.
Your dog is vicious.
What about the ones where squeaky toys scare them?
Oh, I don't know. They have no ancestral instinct, apparently.
Okay.
Ancestral. Did I say ancestral?
I don't know.
Oh my. I did
think
not.
that's right.
I don't think that's right either. That's my bad.
Leia.
Ew. I'm sorry about that. Oh my God. Okay. 40% of commercial pilots admit to falling asleep during a flight.
Well,
What
they
the
have that
fuck?
automatic pilot.
Yeah,
thing, don't
but
they?
you still need to fucking pay attention.
But there's nothing up there.
Yeah, birds.
Well,
And they can fall or fly into the engine and kill everybody. And if you're asleep, you won't know what's happening.
I think all the screaming people would alert you to that fact.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this one's great. Until recently, much of the canned laughter you hear in sitcoms was recorded in the 50s and 60s. You were listening to the laughter of dead people.
That's creepy.
I know. Oh, this one's super sad. The little girl who voiced Ducky in The Land Before Time was shot and killed by her own father in a murder-suicide when she was 10 years old.
You know, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that said, yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
So sad. The word mortgage comes from a French word meaning death pledge.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, and my last fact is when Apollo 11 landed, it only had 20 seconds of fuel remaining.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, dude, that's scary. What do you think, they would just like fall if they ran out of gas?
I would think so. There's nothing to propel them anymore, so.
Oh my God.
You know, these people are fucking crazy in the first place.
I know.
To go up into nope.
Yeah, insane. I would never do that.
No.
Well, I'm not going to do space or the ocean.
Nope.
Or, you know, math. Okay.
Geography.
Nothing hard. I'm just going to stay simple and... Okay, so I have next the craziest things that people have seen on flights or that has happened to them on a flight. My first one, on the way to Japan, I look across the aisle to see an elderly man sitting with an elderly woman I assume to be his wife. He reaches into a bag and brings out a large stash of dirty magazines. He then proceeds to sit and look at them for many hours of the flight. What the fuck?
Why?
I know. Like, why?
Usually people look at dirty magazines to, you know, do something.
Maybe he actually was reading the articles.
Whatever.
I mean, and he was sitting next to his wife. That's fucked up.
He's like, we're going to do this later.
Tearing out pages, handing
Here,
it to
study
her.
this. We're having a test later.
Okay, I once saw a guy wearing a bicycle helmet during the entire 7-hour flight. Aw,
Did he think that was going to help him?
Seriously. Aw, that's really sad.
It's like everything else is crushed to death, but my head is just fine.
Well, oh my gosh. We were about to land and got the typical message from the pilot talking about the weather, etc. At the end of the speech, he exclaimed, "No, don't touch it!" Right as the loudspeaker swiftly cuts off.
Oh, that's
Mean.
Yeah. That's just rude.
Next one, I was on a military flight from Diego Garcia to the Philippines, a dude got close to the emergency escape hatch and said, "What would happen if I opened this?" I put my seatbelt on as fast as I could. The flight crew secured him in his seat. That woke me up.
Yeah.
God, what an idiot. Next one, I was on a flight from Amsterdam to New York one time, and there was a kid who was running up and down the aisles trying to bite people. As he was headed down the aisle at full speed, a stewardess suddenly pulled a refreshments cart into the aisle right in front of him, and he ran smack into it face first. She said to him, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you coming. You shouldn't run like that down the aisle."
She so did it on purpose.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yes. If the parents aren't going to take care of it after a while, you got to do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. My nose started to bleed and would not stop. Apparently, you didn't clot at that altitude. That was also the day I discovered that if you lock yourself in the toilets for too long, they bang on the door until you open it. I was shirtless, I'm female, and covered in blood.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh, it would be horrible. I was once in the bathroom on an airplane and we hit some turbulence. I peed everywhere. That would suck. I mean, what could you do at that point? Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, this one would be horrible. 4 screaming babies that refused to go to sleep and instead turned what would have been a mild 3.5-hour flight into one of the single worst experiences of my life. It'd be horrible.
Yes, it would.
The pilot over the loudspeaker. "All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are right on time for our landing in Chicago. We'll be making this flight at 50,000 miles per hour, flying at about 500 feet. I will treasure that mental image forever."
What?
Okay, so listen carefully. The pilot over the loudspeaker. "All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're right on time for our landing in Chicago. We'll be making this flight at 50,000 miles per hour, flying at about 500 feet. That's a little wrong.
Yeah, just a little.
A lady sitting next to me, clearly inebriated, threw a Twinkie about 5 rows ahead of us, and it basically exploded on the back of this bald dude's head. Cream went literally everywhere. He wasn't pleased, and she was escorted off after we landed.
I wonder what made her do that.
She was totally drunk, apparently. Once after they served breakfast, I watched this guy sitting next to me eat his yogurt with chopsticks.
Oh my gosh. That's not possible.
I mean, very carefully. I mean, I guess it would work. Very carefully. It would take you forever. I once sat next to a Scientologist who tried to convince me to go into business with him. He wouldn't explain what the business was.
Because it's a fucking cult.
Seriously! Oh my god! And my last one, I saw a spider up above me on a long flight, which I thought was weird. I rolled up a magazine from in front of me, then wound it up to hit it, and accidentally smoked this old lady in front of me. She went nuts and started screaming, and no one believed me that there was a spider. Could you imagine smacking this old lady in the back of the head and then be like, I swear it was a spider. Okay, those were my facts and stories and stuff for the week.
Alrighty. I did ghost stories from Kansas this week.
Okay.
Oh, that's my mortgage payment.
As a death pledge.
That's what we should start calling it now. I had to pay my death pledge this month. All right. Leather Rock Hotel and Museum in Cherryvale. The section of the Leather Rock Hotel, which now serves as a museum, was once the living quarters for the hotel owner and his family. Perhaps they are the spirits who are now haunting the building. Reports of paranormal activity within the property include ghostly cats and dogs, disembodied voices that sound like a little girl and an old lady and a dark shadow figure with a menacing feel surrounding it. People also report seeing the apparition of a young woman dressed in white in the hotel, and doors are said to open, then slam shut by themselves.
Oh my God, that'd be so scary.
Weaver Hotel, Waterville. The Weaver Hotel was originally built as railroad accommodation in 1905 and is now said to be haunted by two different spirits. The first is the wife of a former owner who is believed to have passed away in the building, and the second is thought to be a construction worker who committed suicide there.
Sorry to go back to the other one, but what is it with pet or like animal ghosts? What do you think they would be back for? Or do you think it's like all residual maybe with them?
I think it's probably the same as with animals as it is with people. I mean, they might be attached to something, or...
You think?
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, there are their own individual...
But didn't you say that was a hotel?
Yeah. But it was, the hotel owner and his family lived there.
Oh.
So...
Okay. Well, that makes more sense then.
Yeah. Maybe they loved it there so much they just couldn't leave.
Aww. Kitties.
Drury...
What?
Drury?
Drury?
That's a hard word to say. Plaza Hotel in Wichita. A stay at the Drury Plaza Hotel is not for the faint of heart. Guests have reported the lights flickering on and off in their rooms, furniture getting moved to the extent that the room is completely rearranged, and doors that shake violently in the night.
What? Ooh, that would be...
not stay there.
No.
I need my sleep.
Yeah.
Midland Railroad Hotel in Wilson. The Midland Railroad Hotel was built around the turn of the 20th century and was gutted in a fire in 1902. It is believed several guests perished in the blaze, which is likely the cause of the hauntings here. Guests staying on the third floor say they have smelled smoke and even seen flames which suddenly vanish, leaving no trace of fire behind. Odin, do you mind?
I get it. I gave it to him.
There are also reports of various apparitions dressed in old-fashioned clothing wandering the halls.
Creepy. Still want to see someone, though, in old-fashioned clothing wandering around. That would be cool. Maybe from, like, a distance, like down the hall.
Oh, yeah, I don't want it next to me or anything. The Hotel Savoy, I'm assuming that's how you say that, in Kansas City. Built in 1888, the Hotel Savoy, Savoy, S-A-V-O-Y,
Savoy
was a luxury destination offering fine dining, ballrooms, and even a rooftop garden. It was visited by many celebrities over the years, including Teddy Roosevelt, John D. Rockefeller, and William Howard Taft. There are said to be two different spirits haunting the hotel today. The first is a lady named Betsy Ward, who apparently died of a heart attack in room 505. Guests staying in this room have reported the shower and faucets coming on by themselves, doors opening and closing, and the unexplained sound of music playing. The other spirit is thought to be Fred Leitner, who is seen on the fourth floor where he once had an apartment. Staff report hearing disembodied voices and laughter up there, along with doors opening and closing by themselves. There have also been sightings of a man in 1930s clothing.
Cool.
We have to stay here. Tuck you in. And the N is I-N-N.
I love it.
Tuck you in at Glick Mansion in Atchison. Glick Mansion was built in 1873 by George Washington Glick, who served in the state legislature in the 1860s and 1870s. The town of Atchison itself is said to be Kansas's most haunted town, so it comes as no surprise that Glick Mansion has its own ghost stories to tell. Guests of the inn say that their room doors have opened and closed by themselves, and that they can often hear footsteps in the hall, but find nobody is there when they look. The Elms Hotel and Spa, near Kansas City. The Elms Hotel is one of the most historic hotels in Missouri. Yes, not Kansas. Dating back in 1888, located just outside Kansas City on the border of Kansas and Missouri, it was originally built to allow guests to take advantage of the healing properties of the nearby Excelsior Springs. Over the years, it has hosted a number of famous guests, including Al Capone, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bugsy Moran, who are rumored to have hosted illegal gambling and bathtub gin soirees in the hotel. Other well-known guests include President Truman, Jack Dempsey, and the New York Giants. Guests have reported seeing apparitions dressed in 1920s housemaid uniforms, and there are also reports of ghostly gamblers around the lap pools.
That'd be creepy. I would love to go where like old mobsters and they used to go and drink, and I just think that would be fun.
Well, I think it would be cool if it looked like it did back then.
Yeah. I would much rather that than like just some place, but
Most places don't look like that anymore, though.
yeah.
The Beaumont Hotel in Beaumont. The Beaumont Hotel dates back to 1879 when it served as a stagecoach and railroad stop used by weary pioneers. At some point around the early 1900s, it may also have served as a brothel. It is now said to be one of the most haunted hotels in Kansas thanks to the resident ghost, a cowboy named Zeke. According to legend, while the hotel served as a brothel, the owner would serve food and drinks downstairs while his wife offered other entertainment upstairs.
Oh.
However, when she became a little too attached to Zeke, the husband killed him.
Oh.
Now staff and guests alike have frequent encounters with the cowboy. He likes to move a chair to behind the door of one of the suites so that the door strikes it when someone enters the room. This will often happen several times in the same day. There are also frequent reports of clock radios coming on in multiple rooms simultaneously between 2 and 3 a.m. Other reports include hearing the sound of jangling spurs and unexplained thumping. Several staff members have even reported seeing a cowboy at the top of the stairs. That clock radio simultaneously going off is creepy.
That is creepy.
Especially at
In the middle of the fucking night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eldridge Hotel in Lawrence. The Eldridge Hotel in Lawrence was originally built in 1855 as the Free State Hotel, and over the years it has burned down not once but twice. In 1970, the hotel was closed and converted into apartments, but it was restored as a hotel in 1985. As well as hosting famous guests, the Eldridge Hotel has a few ghosts in residence. It is claimed that the 5th floor is a portal to a spirit realm, with most of the activity happening in room 506.
What?
Guests report a variety of activity, including doors opening and closing by themselves, lights flickering on and off, and clean mirrors have breath-like misting appearing on them. There are also cold spots felt throughout the hotel, and the elevator tends to stop on the 5th floor when nobody is there.
Okay, so the whole idea of portals confuses me.
Yeah.
I don't understand how a portal can show up on the 5th floor of a hotel. What was that? Oh, the cat just opened your
Okay.
bedroom door. That creeped me out. I thought a portal was opening up. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know, but I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Paranormal Almanac. And he had this guy on there that he was interviewing. And he lives on a ranch. It's not the that one ranch.
Skinwalker?
Yeah, it wasn't that one.
Okay.
It was a different one. But
is it like the Starlight Ranch? Does that sound right?
I don't know. It might be. But he was talking, I mean, the same kind of things happen. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about this portal or gateway or something that's supposedly on his land.
Right.
Where he has seen spaceships come in and out of. He's seen Bigfoots come in and out of. He's seen children come in and out, you know.
What?
It was crazy. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if this is true, that is so weird.
I'm gonna have to listen to that. Okay, so I listened to the last podcast on the left. Well, the last series that they're doing, they're like in the middle of right now, is the Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
Which you really should listen to it. If you don't listen to them at all, listen to these episodes because they are amazing at their research and they go really super deep into everything. And one that reminded me of one story that they told of this guy that lived on the Skinwalker Ranch, and he sees these like structures floating in the air in the sky. And he said he got his telescope out and he looked at it through the telescope super clear, and he could see through it to a more blue sky. Like he saw, it was like a window to a different sky.
Ooh. Now see, that makes you think that there's actually alternate universes.
Yes.
And that's what this story makes you think of too. Because
Yes.
like the kids that he saw come out, he said he was outside doing something and he saw these kids come out of like nothing and they're in this like old-fashioned looking clothes.
Oh my
And
God.
he, you know, they walk by him and they, you know, nod and acknowledge they see him. He sees them and they just keep on walking.
Like, where the fuck are they going?
Yeah, it was weird.
Did they have black eyes?
No. But he did say that when he first bought the property, there was this guy that lived on the land. And he's like, you know, dude, I just bought this place. You need to leave. This is my house. You know, you can't stay here. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the one that keeps them away.
What?
And he's like, no, I can keep whoever away. And he was carrying like a machete or something.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, I'll leave, but good luck.
Oh my God.
And then he was talking about aliens actually came in his room. He says he's killed aliens and
Yeah, I've heard
like
this.
they've come in and, you know, they've like touched him and he, you know, the first time that happened, he was, you know, he jumped up and he's like yelling at him to get out or whatever.
Yeah.
And he finally started sleeping with a knife or something. And he says he's killed, you know, a lot of them. And
Yeah,
there's different ones and all
I'm
kinds of
pretty
stuff.
sure this is the same ranch, and I think it's called the Starlight Ranch.
It might be.
I think that's what it is, and they've been talking about it the last few weeks on Last Podcast on the Left, and
I'll have to listen to that.
it is beyond insane, these things, and they're not even touching the surface of what's happened on these ranches. And the fact that, you know, they think these portals are opening, it's just, that is the scariest thing. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around it. It's just insane.
Well, it makes you wonder, you know, okay, you got all these people that have encounters with, you know, like aliens or whatever, but you never see, you know, spaceships or anything, and it makes you wonder, where are they coming from?
Yeah, well,
Or
I've
like
heard
the Bigfoot sightings, you know, people will see but you never find any bones, you never
Exactly.
find anything.
So are they coming in and out of a portal?
Yeah.
Where we don't know where... Oh my God, I don't know.
Hush.
Yeah, I don't know. It's super creepy, and
It's scary.
it is.
Because if it's even partly true, that's scary.
They could be literally standing in the same room as you, and you would have no idea because they would be in a different dimension.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that almost makes you wonder too if ghosts are actually, it's just maybe a thin layer between dimensions, and
Yeah.
you can hear someone talking, but you can't see them.
yeah.
You know.
That reminds me of my favorite episode of Ghost Hunters, where they were investigating a castle. And I know I've told you this
I know
before.
exactly which one you're talking about.
They're in this princess's room,
Yep.
and he says, "Princess, are you here?" And clear as day, she says, "Of course I am. Where are you?"
Yes.
Oh my God!
I know.
It is the craziest thing, and that really does make you wonder if it's just a thin something that we don't know about. That's just just the slightest thing that is keeping us from seeing the craziest shit.
Yeah, the whole picture.
Oh my God.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, shadow people or
Right.
ghosts that you can see through or whatever. It's because you can't see the whole picture. You can't, because there's something blocking it.
It could be our own minds for all we know. Our minds protect us from a lot of shit. That reminds me, a long time ago, they were talking about it. Did you ever hear about the alien abduction that happened at an alien convention?
I don't think so.
I want to say the Coronado incident. And it's another thing that the last podcast on the left talked about, but look it up. It's these people that were at a UFO convention, and they go back to their hotel rooms, and several people had alien abduction
I
things
think
that
I
happen.
have heard about that one.
I mean, they've got scars on their body and like things that prove that something happened, over the night. But one of the things that happened was one of the women woke up and the comforter was like rolled up and placed across her chest. Henry on last podcast on the left would be like, the aliens would be like, what is this thing? Does anyone remember where this went? So they just rolled it up and laid it across it. It's about like, okay,
That's good enough.
that looks good. Oh, but you never, I mean, it's the scariest thing to think about, because if we actually saw everything that is available to see in the universe, we would like implode.
We would lose our minds. I'm
Yes,
sure.
there's we couldn't handle that shit.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, it's scary to think about. But,
Those were all my stories.
okay. Well, I was inspired by last week by my doppelganger story.
Yes.
So I looked up some doppelganger incidences.
I don't like doppelgangers.
These are freaky.
I am the only Jody that there is.
That's right. You go, girl. Okay. Okay, so my first one is from Redditor Okoth, I think. I woke up one morning to my dad going to the kitchen and stopping by to say, "Hey, wake up." Then I looked at my phone and started watching YouTube. I was awake for sure. Later, my mom was walking to the kitchen and did the same as my dad had done, which poked her head in and said, "Hey, wake up." Then I get out of bed and I see that my parents were still in their room. I asked them if they asked me to wake up while walking to the kitchen, and they said no.
Ew, I don't like those stories.
I know. Were they awake? Were they sleeping and they thought they heard their parents? It's creepy.
I don't like it.
This is from Redditor Quiet Voice 4846. Late at night, usually I go to the bathroom multiple times, but for the past 4 days, every time I go to leave, I can see myself standing in the mirror from the corner of my eye.
What?
It is like the other me is watching me leave the bathroom. It terrifies me to the point where I almost run out without looking in the directly at the mirror. I never told my husband about it because I didn't want to acknowledge it out loud. Earlier today, I took a nap in our bed while he sat in the chair next to it watching TV. When I woke up, he told me that he had seen me sit up, crawl backwards to the edge of the bed, and stand up in front of our bedroom door from the corner of his eye. He thought it was weird. I got up like that because I'm in the last month of pregnancy and I can't really move so well without it hurting. So he tried talking to me. When I didn't answer, he looked at the door to find me not there and still sleeping in bed. I got really creeped out and finally told him about what I had been seeing in the bathroom. He thought it was creepy as well, but didn't really want to talk about it anymore because he thinks it will give whatever its power or energy.
Mirrors are evil.
But it's not all in the mirror. He didn't see her in the mirror.
Doppelgangers are evil too.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, listen to these because they all have kind of similar stories, which is very weird, like certain things that you'll hear repeated over and over again. Next one. One morning, I was asleep in my bedroom when I was awakened by my brother yelling at me from downstairs and asking me what I was doing. I got out of bed and went downstairs to see what he wanted. The moment he saw me coming downstairs, his face turned pale, and there was a look of shock and fear in his eyes. "What's wrong?" I asked. Just then, I heard the bathroom door at the end of the hall slam
It slammed way shut.
Let me try. At the end of the hallway, slam shut. It was strange because we're the only two in the house. My brother said he had seen me walk by him less than a minute ago, and as I passed by, I had given him a creepy smile. That was why he yelled at me and asked what I was doing. He said I didn't pay any attention to him, and just kept walking down the hallway. When he turned around, he saw me coming down the stairs and got the shock of his life. We ran down the hallway and checked the bathroom, but it was empty.
Oh my gosh.
Next one. One night when I was 9 years old, I woke up around 3 a.m. and saw my mom standing in the doorway of my bedroom. Something wasn't quite right. Something about her was off. She looked pale, almost see-through, and she was standing in the doorway, staring at the wall. "Mom," I asked in a worried voice. She started moving towards my bed very, very slowly.
Oh, hell no.
And the whole time I kept asking, "Mom? Mom?" But she never answered me. When she finally reached the head of my bed, she reached out to me very, very slowly. And just as she was about to touch me, she vanished.
Oh, no.
I immediately freaked out and stumbled out of my bed in panic. I ran to my parents' room, and when I opened the door, I saw both of my parents lying in bed fast asleep. To this day, it still creeps me out when I remember that thing coming towards me very, very slowly.
Oh, that's so bad.
What the fuck?
I wonder, too, if it's like people, like, doing the astral projection kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but why would you see that? You know, I mean, and again, with these, they're always almost see-through, so they're ghost-like, and they give creepy smiles, and they never answer.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Next one, when I was 10 years old, I was playing hide and seek with my older sister in the backyard. When I finished counting, I started to look for her. I was surprised to find her crouching on the garage roof.
What?
She was just staring down at me, grinning from ear to ear. I thought it was strange and yelled to her, "Come down!" She didn't move a muscle. She just stayed there, grinning down at me. Just then, I heard someone behind me ask, "Who are you talking to?" I turned around and my sister was standing there. To this day, I have no idea who or what was crouching on the garage roof. Our house is over 50 years old, and a long time ago, someone apparently died in a fire in that garage. You can still see the burn marks on the old wood. Ugh. That creepy smile, man. What the fuck is that? That is scary.
That's just wrong.
Next one, my friends and I once spent the night in a haunted hotel. It was the Congress Plaza in Chicago, which that might be an idea.
Oh, Chicago's not that far away.
There were 3 of us all together, myself, my 2 friends who were girls. We booked a twin room, so I slept on one bed and they slept in the other. When we woke up in the morning, one of my friends was being really quiet. Her face was pale and she was trembling. We asked her what was wrong, but she didn't want to tell us. After some coaxing, she said it was probably just a dream. I'm sure it was. It had to be a dream. She said she had woken up in the middle of the night, the room was in darkness, and she saw me standing there in the dark. I was facing the wall.
Oh, no.
And had my back to her, so she couldn't see my face. She said she sat up in bed and called my name, but I didn't respond. She asked me what I was doing, and I didn't answer her. Then she looked over at my bed and saw me under the covers, sleeping peacefully. When she looked back across the room, the other me was gone. What the fuck? And just standing at the wall?
We've talked about that before.
That is so unnatural and so creepy.
That is not right.
No, nothing about facing the fucking wall is right. Oh my god. Unless you're two
and in timeout.
Yes, that is it. After 2 years old, you're done with staring at walls. Oh my God. Okay,
What would have even been worse is if when she looked at her friend and saw that she was sleeping and then she turned back if she was staring at her.
Like two inches away from her
Creepy
face.
smile on her face.
No! Oh no, that's so creepy. Okay. That's our next movie we'll write. Okay.
It's already been done like 50 million times.
Okay. Maybe we can come up with something different. I doubt it. Okay. Next one, I woke up in the middle of the night and heard a noise downstairs. When I walked out of the room, I saw my dad in the hallway downstairs. He was sort of slumped over and was opening the front door. I just stood there and watched him as he walked outside and sat down on the sidewalk. I watched him through the window. He was just sitting there, staring up at a tree. There was no expression on his face. He looked really pale, almost translucent. Mm-hmm. I got scared and went to my parents' room to wake up my mom. I asked her why Dad was sitting outside. "What are you talking about?" she said. "He's right here." I looked over and my dad was lying asleep in the bed next to her. It still terrifies me when I think about it. Ugh. Could you imagine seeing... Oh, no.
No.
No. That is so scary. One day, I was home alone and lying on the couch taking a nap. I heard the garage door slam and my brother walked by. The weird thing about it was my brother didn't say a word. He just turned his head and smiled at me. There's that smile again. What the fuck? It was It was a very strange and unnerving smile. He was grinning from ear to ear. I thought it was odd, but I didn't think much more about it. I hadn't seen my brother all day and noticed he was wearing a green shirt and denim jeans. 3 hours later, my parents came home and my brother was with them. I turned to my mom and said, "But he was here just a few hours ago." My mother gave me a strange look. "I just picked him up," she said. "He hasn't been home all day." And he was wearing a green shirt and denim jeans. Not denim. Denim jeans. He was wearing the same thing. He saw him. Creepy.
Ugh.
Okay, next one. My dad used to work the night shift. He would get up at 3 a.m. Every morning to go to work. It says to got to work, but I think it's to go to work. I would sometimes wake up and go downstairs and give him a hug before he left. One morning when I was about 4, I got to the bottom of the stairs and noticed that the front door was standing ajar. When I opened it, I saw my father walking down the driveway to his truck. He was dressed in his work uniform, so I called out to him and asked him to come back and give me a hug before he left. He slowly turned around and just stared at me. He was giving me such a strange look that I started to get scared. I began crying and I asked him what was wrong. He didn't answer me and just kept walking towards me. Just before he reached me, I felt a pair of arms grab me from behind. I turned around and freaked out when I saw my father behind me. He was dressed in his work uniform and was staring at his doppelganger. I just got total chills.
I did too.
The double took one look at my dad and ran down the driveway. My dad pulled me into the house and locked the door. I would have dismissed this as just my overactive 4-year-old imagination, but my father also witnessed it. He refuses to talk about it, but my mom told me that he was so freaked out he didn't go to work that day, and she spent the day reassuring him he wasn't nuts.
Oh my gosh.
How creepy would that be?
Okay, it ran away.
It ran away.
It didn't disappear.
No.
It ran away.
It ran away. It saw... No! Oh my God. That is creepy as fuck. Okay, last one. When my son was 2 years old, he would often get up in the morning and wander around the house before my wife and I were awake. One morning, when I woke up, I came downstairs to find him standing in the kitchen. He was pointing at something and laughing. I asked him what he was pointing at, and he said, "Mommy is floating in the kitchen." I didn't think much about it at the time, but about an hour later, my wife came downstairs, and she said she had just woken up from a very strange dream. In the dream, she was floating out of her body and remembered floating down the stairs into the kitchen.
Oh my God.
I just got chills again. Those are my stories.
Those were good.
Thank you.
They were extremely creepy.
I know. What the fuck? Why? How? And especially the ones that saw themselves, that is the creepiest thing.
I thought I heard that if you saw your doppelganger, that means you were going to die.
That means you were going to die. Yeah, that's what I heard too. So yeah, if I saw my fucking self.
I think we've had this discussion before, because I guess I would know that it looked like me.
We talked about this last week because I read that doppelganger story, which inspired me for this week. But yeah, I mean, it would have to really honestly be like a special case. Like it would be unmistakable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would absolutely have to be me. And I would have to stare at it for a minute to be like, okay, that really fucking looks like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know what I would do. Have you ever seen like anybody that you thought actually looked like you, like you thought?
No.
There was this one, and I think we talked about it on here before, but there was this one ad for like find your classmates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a girl on there. It was like you could tell she was trying to be like an 80s yearbook photo. Mm-hmm. She looked just like me. But that is the only person that I've ever seen in my life that I thought looked just like me.
I mean, there's so many people in the world. There's got to be someone that looks similar to you or some,
Yeah.
But to look just like you.
Yeah, like identical. And, looking up these stories, I actually found you can go on a website called Twin Strangers. I think it's twinstrangers.net. And you can put in your facial features and like things that you know about yourself and find your twin, your twin, and people that are someone that looks exactly like you. And there was a bunch of pictures online of people who have met up with their
Why
twins.
would you want to meet up with? I don't know.
I
have no interest in that at all.
No, that would piss me off.
I know.
I'd be like, you need to change something because this is me.
It's like I told you, there's only one me, and everyone else needs to stay away. Okay. It is time for the witty wrap up because that really creeped me out.
Yay, witty wrap up!
So I did. These were just a few that I found. Remember when I did the funny signs?
Yes.
I've got, I think there's 5 more.
Okay.
The first one, the sign said, "Shoplifters will be prostituted."
Oh. Watch out. Oh my
Some
God.
harsh punishment there.
I'd be like, no, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Then don't steal.
I guess. Okay.
This one was actually a receipt. And it was a receipt for penis butter Snickers for 99 cents.
Penis butter? Mm-hmm. Ooh la la.
This one was an ad in a paper for Van Camp's Porn and Beans.
Porn and beans.
What goes better together than porn and beans?
I'm going to say nothing. Because that is the best combination ever.
Okay, this one was a magazine. Said Rachel Ray finds inspiration in cooking her family and her dog.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Rachel Ray.
Shame on you.
Better than that. Okay, so, and this was it was like a screenshot of a newscaster lady. Yeah. And the the banner underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it must have stopped scrolling or something, but it was supposed to say Nora O'Donnell, and then underneath the White House.
Okay.
But it said the White Hoe.
white hoe.
And that's all I got on the signs.
Wow. I would be offended.
I'd be like, God damn it! I'm not a hoe! How many times do I have to tell you this? All right.
Go ahead.
Now I've got funny Roses Are Red poems.
Okay. That's the dog.
Yes, it is. It's the dog and the cat fighting.
Hey, stop it.
Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I finally got a girlfriend. Now what do I do?
Oh, isn't that the truth? Lots of guys don't know.
Exactly. Roses are red, violets are blue. This card is expensive. Take off your clothes.
Well, oh my gosh.
Doesn't really rhyme, but that's okay.
It gets to the point. I can appreciate that.
This one I didn't understand. Roses are red, violets are blue. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I don't know.
I didn't get that one.
Maybe it's like a dirty thing and they want you to call him daddy.
I don't know.
Let's just not go there.
Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm using my hand, but thinking of you.
Aw, so sweet. I'm using my hand.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Some poems rhyme. This one doesn't.
Okay. That's my kind of poem. That's what I would write.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a cougar. How old are you?
Oh, shit.
Roses are red. Here's something new. Violets are violet. They're not blue.
That's great. I love it. This is very true.
Yes, it is. Violet is purple, people.
Yeah. Purple people. Eater.
Roses are red, violets are blue, but I wouldn't know because you never bring me flowers.
That's right. Oh, that's
And if you did, I'd be like, what did you do?
yeah. I've told Aaron several times, do not bring me flowers because I will kill them. It doesn't matter if it's a plant, tree, bush, anything.
I do too.
I will kill it. For sure.
Roses are red.
Then.
Roses are red, violets are blue, sunflowers are yellow. I bet you were expecting something romantic, but no, these are just gardening facts.
Efficient. I like it.
Roses are red, violets are blue, garbage is dumped, and so are you.
Oh, shit. I listened to this one thing on YouTube. It was like a morning show, and they called this girl, and she totally thought her boyfriend was going to propose to her. And he was like, so how long do you need to get your shit out of my house because I know you've been cheating on me? And she started crying. She's like, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. And I was like, you know what? Don't cheat on your fucking spouses.
Exactly.
Oh my God. And she was like all surprised and upset. Like, fuck you.
Roses are red, corpses are blue. Sorry you're dead. I forgot you're allergic to roses.
Oh, shit. That's dark, and I love it.
Yeah. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm bad at gardening and even worse at poetry.
Okay, never mind. That's the poem I would write.
Roses are red, violets are violet. Here's my number. Why don't you dial it?
Nice. I like that one.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Poems are hard, and I am too.
Oh, well, okay.
I'd be pissed if I got that poem.
Yeah. I'd be like, well, here's some lotion. Take care of that.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Roses are red, lettuce is green. I like your legs and what's in between.
Ew, no. Oh, well.
Guys, that is not romantic at all.
No. If anyone thinks that's romantic,
Yeah.
Oh, honey. No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Get out of my bed. Seriously, who are you?
That's more for the morning.
Roses are red and ready for plucking. Girls out of high school are ready for college.
Oh.
Do you have a dirty mind?
No, I don't. Everyone thought that. Everyone thought that. Poems are supposed to rhyme.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I have a gun. Now get in the van.
Oh, shit. No. That is not romantic.
So romantic.
I'm blushing.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Faces like yours belong in the zoo.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Rude.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I am single. Can we mingle?
Why would you even bother writing a poem about a zoo face? What the fuck point was that?
That was a mean one.
Oh, that's just rude.
It is. And this one, I didn't get it either. Maybe I'm just
Okay.
old or something. I don't know. Roses are red, violets are blue. You be the cockpit and I'll be the pilot.
Aw, I don't get that.
Okay, good, because I didn't either.
You be the cockpit and I'll be the pilot.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be dirty, but I
Aw, I don't think that worked out very well for that
I
person.
don't get it. Roses are red, violets are blue. Fudge is sweet. Here's some fudge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Roses are
I want some
red. I'll take some. Yeah. If you want to give me some, I'll take some. Okay.
Fudge is sweet.
Yes, it is. Roses are red, violets are blue. I messed up big time. Now what can I do?
Oh,
Yeah, fuck you.
don't mess up.
Roses are reddish, violets are bluish. If it wasn't for Jesus, we'd all be Jewish. That's just stupid.
Is that supposed to be romantic?
I don't think so.
Oh, I hope not.
I don't know. Roses are red, violets are blue, onions stink, and so do you.
Well, that's one way to tell someone they need a shower.
Roses are red, violets are blue, Pornhub is down, your mom's Facebook will do.
Oh,
Burn!
shit.
That was not romantic.
No, that's kind of gross.
Roses are red, violets are blue, you're a psycho, but I still love you. Roses are red, violets are blue, your webcam is on, and I'm watching you.
Ew, no.
Creeper.
Turn off your webcam.
Mario is red, Sonic is blue, will you be my player number 2?
Oh, that's weird.
That's just juvenile. Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I. I knew you'd like that one. It takes you a second, though. You're like, wait, what? Oh, okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm waiting for the day when we finally screw.
Oh,
Roses are red, violets... Oh, wait. Yeah, roses are red, violets are blue. Vodka costs less than dinner for 2.
that's all I need is a good drink. I'm good.
Violets are blue, roses are red. By the end of the day, you'll be in my bed.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that.
Roses
Creative.
are red, violets are blue. I have 5 fingers. The middle one's for you.
Ah, that's great.
Stop. What are you? Get out. Get out.
Okay, having major animal issues this episode. Sorry, guys.
Get out.
Animals. It's all right.
Roses are red, the grass is green. I want you in my bed if you know what I mean. Roses are red and so are my lips, so sit on my face and wiggle your hips.
Oh, shit.
Well, that was very to the point. This one's just stupid. Roses are gray, violets are gray, everything is gray. I'm a dog. You're stupid.
Stupid. People have way too much time on their hands.
Yes. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got genital warts. Soon you will too.
Ew! No! Gross. You guys get tested.
And this is the last one. Roses are red, violets are blue. What I thought was Vaseline turned out to be glue.
Oh, shit. That's like the second American Pie when he uses super glue instead of the lube.
I did not see that.
Oh, his hand gets stuck to his shit. And it's not good. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening.
I need...
Oh, yeah.
What was that called?
Misheard Lyrics.
Yes, misheard lyrics.
Email us.
People, please.
Yes.
I did get a few.
On the Facebook page, yes. There were a couple that were sent in. But yeah, if you have any misheard lyrics, Jody wants to do a witty wrap-up on it. So send those in. Also send in your stories, anything. You guys know the drill. GhoulsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com. We want you to rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. If we are missing someplace where you listen, let us know. Also, recommend us to people on Facebook if they're asking, or Twitter or Instagram. I'm still working on the Instagram and Twitter, getting more involved in that. Kind of struggling with it a little, but sorry.
Well, you're better
working
than
on
I
it.
am because I haven't even tried.
Working on it. But yeah, send us your stories. We want to hear them. Anything. If it's funny, if it's embarrassing, if you have something that happened, sleep paralysis, if you've seen your doppelganger or any doppelganger, send us your stories. We want to hear it all. Things you found in walls. Anything. GhoulsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.